Hey everybody out there in handpan land, this is Dave with DII. Hey, I just wanted to show you on screen here. I've got a bunch of videos on YouTube, and I've got a playlist here called the DII Handpan Workshop. If you go to the DII logo right here, search for Dave's Island Instruments, and you can find our YouTube videos. But if you have any questions about handpans and how to purchase a handpan or how they're made, especially how they're made and how they're tuned, I've got all sorts of videos here that you might be interested in. Today I just wanted to show you like one of my classic videos here that people have concentrated on a little bit is tuning a cheap handpan bought on Instagram. And the title of the video is Mini Handpan Refurbishing Project. So this is me working on this handpan let's see if we can get a picture of the little one there. It looks a bit like that. And it didn't have as many notes as a normal handpan. And anyway, caused a little bit of controversy in the comments section. You can check it out if you want to. It's not too bad though. But people were kind of wondering how come I couldn't tune it and how come I couldn't retune it. And really it was a choice. It reminded me of a piano tuner, and you can see it in the comments. A piano tuner is usually called in to tune a piano that has all of the strings and is made like a typical piano. So sometimes there's handpans out there that are being sold, and this is sometimes by intention, but the customer doesn't always understand what the intentions are of building the handpan in the first place. So building a handpan, each note has basically 3 harmonics that are tuned to it, and it's kind of like a piano string. When you hit one piano note frequently, that one key is actually hitting 3 strings on a piano. So if you've ever opened up a piano and looked inside, there's usually 3 strings per note. Up at the higher end there's 2, and either way, and down at the lower end there's sometimes only 1. But what I'm getting at is if a piano tuner was asked by somebody to tune the piano, and that they showed up and the piano only had 1 string for each note, it really wouldn't quite sound like a piano anymore, like the way the typical piano we have in our head sounds like. And that piano tuner might say, well, you know, this time around I'm not going to tune it because I've got to do all of this work. I've got to install strings in order for it to sound like a piano in the first place. So yeah, you could kind of sell that piano if it only had 1 string on each key as a piano. That might be appropriate to call it a piano, but it's not going to really sound like a typical piano. So that's kind of the problem that we're having right now with a lot of handpans that are being sold, is sometimes people don't understand what they're getting in the first place. So just make sure that if you do look for a handpan yourself, that it's got all the harmonics that you're looking for and it's tuned in a proper way. So anyway, as far as tuning is concerned, when it comes to handpans, if all of the harmonics aren't tuned properly in the first place, it's very difficult and very laborious to redo that and to put those back into the instrument, especially after it's been glued together, because once it's glued together you can really not get your hand in there to tune it very well. So these instruments, so just be careful when you're looking at handpans out on the internet. I particularly actually made an instrument called a talk tone drum, and I intentionally only tuned 1 harmonic on that, which was the fundamental pitch, and I made it intentionally to sound kind of like it only has 1 pitch. But I didn't call it a handpan, I called it the talk tone drum. So just FYI, just keep your ears and your eyes open. Make sure that when you're buying a handpan, it's what you want and it fills the need that you're looking for and the expectation that you're looking for. Just be careful that you're not finding something that is not tuned properly in the first place, or not so much properly, because like I said, somebody might be intentionally tuning these in a certain way, but tuned that meets your expectations, tuned in a way that meets your expectations. And there's all sorts of varieties of handpans out there. Different tuners have different techniques. So I'm not really complaining about any of those techniques. Everybody has their own specific way and is proud of it. And I'm not attacking anybody or anything like that. But I'm just letting you know when you purchase a handpan that it comes out with to meet your expectations, and do your study as much as you can. And just hopefully everything will work out for you. But I just wanted to let you know this video kind of talks about that a little bit, and how I went about tuning it. And actually in the end I didn't tune the entire thing, I only tuned a few notes. So check it out if you want, and otherwise have a great day, and good luck out there shopping for handpans.